Hello, I am Brad Ghost, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I haven't made very many videos, just a few videos here and there. I've been YouTubing for quite a while on some other channels, and I thought I'd make a multi-boxing video. Multi-boxing is completely new to me. I've seen it been done all over the place. I've seen it been done in 2005, I've seen it been done at EVE Online. When I say 2005, I mean Vanilla WoW. I remember seeing one video of a guy having 20 screens and 60 accounts open, all running at the same time. That's crazy. A lot of money though as well, which is even funnier. So it's fairly new to me, but I feel like I know enough to do a video, and I didn't see any real tutorials out there, especially on how to do it on WoW Classic. So this is going to be a two-part video. I might make a part 3 later on if the first two go well. So the part 2 is going to involve, well, actually part 1 is going to involve setting up Lidc, the multi-boxing software that I found, some of the benefits, some of the concerns you may have, different types of class combos you might want to do, basically just how to set it up for World of Warcraft in your window, and how I like to do it anyway. So hopefully that will help a lot of people. If you feel like you already know enough about multi-boxing, you just want to figure out how to do the gameplay aspects in World of Warcraft Classic. There's a few things that World of Warcraft Classic doesn't have, like focus macros. You can't do that. So you have to work around it, and just some cool ways. And also there's also some questions people might have. It's certainly questions I had anyway, is how do you do class combos? So a lot of the videos have either 5 hunters, 5 warlocks, 5 warriors, but what if you want to have a priest and a warrior? Or what happens if you want to have 1 hunter and 4 mages? I'll sort of tell you how to do that, about how I've figured out how to do it. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video, shall we? So, concerns. Blizzard TOS. Is multi-boxing against the Blizzard terms of service? No, it's not. What is the difference between botting and multi-boxing? Botting can send and receive commands on the window. So not only can it just send keys like WASD to move around, it can also receive stuff. So a good example of this is the fishing bot that used to be around. I've never used it. Honestly, I've never used it. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. So with the WoW bot, what it does is it picks up pixels on the screen. It looks at pixel changes. So when the splash icon appears when you're fishing, it will see that splash and it'll go, "Oh, I need to click that," and it will send the mouse command and right click the bob thing. Multi-boxing does do that. It doesn't know about the splash, but it can go over the mouse and right click it, which is fine, but you're not allowed to receive that information. So you're not allowed to read memory from World of Warcraft, you're just allowed to send information to it. So that's like a really layman's way of explaining it, by the way. It might not be completely accurate, but that's just the principle of it. So if you not that you won't get banned multi-boxing, but if you do anything else that's really funky, don't blame me if you get banned, okay? So multi-boxing. It sends commands. It does this thing called broadcasting, which is where you have one window, which is your master window, and then you have all your sub windows, which are called your slaves, that you follow your main character with. So you'll have say you've got a party of 5, 4 of your characters will be following the other character, and then they will be just robots. So they won't be doing anything special. They'll just be responding to your clicks. But you can change the action bars and change keybinds to make them do things on behalf of your main character through the broadcasting commands. So you get these things called broadcasts. You get key broadcasting and mouse broadcasting. So that's just multi-boxing in a nutshell, really. Got emails there. Can I turn this on D&D? Don't know. Right, anyway, so let's go on to our next subject. Reasons for multi-boxing. Why would you want to multi-box? Big one is gold grinding. So with multi-boxing, you can solo dungeons, right? There's a really good video of a Twitch streamer. I've forgotten his name, but he has 5 orc hunters, and he goes into Nomegon and just takes it on like a champ. He just goes around. He's got 5 boars, all the same armor on all the characters, all heirloom gear on retail, and he just sends boars to the bosses, and the boars tank the boss. A couple of them die, but the hunter doesn't. So all basically 5 boars make up 1 tank. You don't need a healer. You just out DPS until you don't need healing. It's really cool. So solo instance farming is a great thing to do. It's certainly easier with a hunter than other classes, by the way, I must say. Another reason why you might want to multi-box is power leveling. So me, for example, I've got a warrior main, but I also wanted a priest healer. So what I did was I made an account with a mage and a priest. So I'm currently leveling those two at the minute. They're not very high level, I've just been messing around with some stuff. But my priest is going to be my warrior's healer. So I bring some of my other benefit. Once you get to like level 60, you might want a personal healer. So you might want to have a warrior on one account, and then might want to have a priest on the other account. So you can charge in and do stuff while you're healing yourself with the other character, which is great. That's the main reason I want to multi-box. Another reason for multi-boxing is just for fun. People do crazy stuff all the time just for the hell of it. Why not spend all your money and all your wages on multi-boxing? It costs you anything up to £50 a month. That will probably be a lot more if you multi-box more than 5 accounts. So yeah, multi-boxing for fun, great. So as I said, it's going to be a 2-part video. The first part is just talking about multi-boxing in a nutshell. The second part is going to be just for classic WoW. So again, click that link in the description. It might come up in your recommended videos on the side. Click this part 2. I'll also put an info card at the top. So multi-boxing software, one that I found was called Lidc, and I really like it. So let's just go over here and Google Lidc multi-boxing. It's very important to realise as well that multi-boxing isn't just for World of Warcraft, it's also for other games. So if we scroll down here, we've got all these different games that it supports. It supports RuneScape, Terraria, EverQuest. Most of the screenshots are WoW based. I like this setup. That's a nice setup, but I don't like it because it's got these windows on the right are a bit small, and they're also different ratios that kind of puts me off. But yeah, it's quite a nice layout. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That. Right, so Lidc is, they're all the same really. Some of them got different settings. If you don't want to use Lidc, fine. This one costs $35 a year. The way I see it, $35 a year, when you're already spending £50 a month, multi-boxing 5 accounts at £10 a month, come on. Like, just buy it. Honestly, I don't get any money from advertising this. They probably should pay me, to be honest, for advertising it, but I don't. But I like it. It's fine. I've used a couple of free ones. Absolute dog shit. I wouldn't recommend them at all. Free software is never normally that great. You also don't get support either, which is nice. So go ahead and buy this. If you don't want to use it, absolutely fine. Just skip ahead to part 2. So after you've downloaded it, you will be presented with your Lidc window. It'll also pop up with an activation key, and you can find that in your email. Go to your email after you purchased it and downloaded it, and you'll see a serial key, and just copy and paste that into the activation window. Cool. Right, so I've already got 2 characters made up, but if you go ahead and click add, you can add a character. So you want to give it a name, just for fun, and give it a game. Now I've already got one set up, but if you haven't, and you click, all you got to do is click the plus sign, enter the name of whatever game it is, so WoW Classic, and click the folder icon on the right hand side, and look for your World of Warcraft Classic folder, not your retail one, your Classic, and also click the WoW executive pool, not the launcher executive pool. If you click the launcher one, it won't work, so just click the WoW one. And then parameters, we'll talk about that in another video. It's a completely other kettle of fish. So, World of Warcraft Classic, you've got that set up, cool. Account, this is your Battle.net account. So, mine is blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, which I will blur out in the edit. And then the password. And then, yeah, just make sure you don't click show password. Oh no, oh, you know my password now. Oh, crap, I'm going to have to change it. That's such a secure password as well. So okay, you've got your email and you've got your password for your Battle.net. Make sure auto connect is checked. Sub account, now this is where it gets interesting, right? So sub account, I don't know if you notice, you probably don't because you probably run Classic from the launcher, and they changed this quite a while ago. They got some like auto login thing now where you click play and it auto logs you in. Before you had that, you used to have to log in, and it would bring up all of the accounts underneath your Battle.net account. So I'll click cancel and I'll try and log in again. So you see you've got your list of all your WoW accounts that belong to your Blizzard Battle.net account. So sub account over here is which number your account appears in order. So if you select 3, it'll be Bradders05. If you select 2, it'll be Bradders 2009. That's very, very important with the auto login thing, right? So just make sure that you've got that all set up. Again, if you click the Battle.net icon, log out and then log back in again, and it will show you your account, so you can write them down or take a screenshot just so you know which order they're in. Another thing that I stumbled across, just a little a cliff note, is Blizzard Authenticator. Very, very secure, very nice to have. However, when you're multi-boxing and you want to start up all your 5 accounts, it's really awkward because you have to open up the app and you've got to type in the numbers, and you can only get into like the 2nd or 3rd account, and then the little dial goes round and all the numbers reset and you've got to type in a new number. It's really annoying. So what you can do is, we're done with this window now, we'll close that. If you go to your Battle.net account, which I think I have somewhere. Where's my Battle.net account? Don't have it open. Very prepared, as you can tell. So if you go to your Battle.net account, click security, you scroll down, you've got your Blizzard Authenticator, and I've disabled mine. I wouldn't recommend disabling it. I've just done it because I'm an idiot. Honestly, I'm just an absolute idiot. I don't care if anyone hacks my account. If someone hacks my account, I'll email Blizzard and be like, someone's hacked my account, can you restore it please? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. But also bear in mind, you should enable Blizzard Authenticator. Yeah, whatever. I'm multi-boxing, I don't want it, okay? So yeah, you can just disable it if you don't. But again, you don't have to do it. That's just something I prefer. So I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for the account part. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this because I've already made one. Sorry, one more thing I forgot about. So when it brings up all your windows, you've got this window title. I like to name them all individually because when I stream my multi-boxing, I have each window in a different position on the screen. And it's very hard to do that when they're all called World of Warcraft because the streamer server thing doesn't understand which window is which. So just make sure that you have a unique name there just in case you need it for something else in the future. So there we go. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Window Manager. Now this is the fun bit, right? So go to Layout, and then here we've got a Layout Designer. Click Layout Designer. You'll see these 2 black options here, your monitors. You might have 1, you might have 20. I don't know how many you've got, but just click the one where you want the windows to show. So here I've got 2 accounts for this demo. So we've got a main account on the left, which is Audrey, and I've got one on the right, which is Audra. If I delete Audra, so I can show you how to add one, you've got this Add Characters thing on the sidebar. Select your character, click the icon, and it just goes to the screen, and then you can drag it. At the top left, we've got the grid. So you can choose to show or hide the grid, and you can also choose like how many grid sizes to show, right? So I like 3x3. It's quite nice for multi-boxing 5 accounts because again, when I stream, what I'll do is I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll have my webcam down in the bottom left. It's quite a nice little setup. But you can do it however you want. Another thing I like to do is remove borders. So this checkbox here, check it to remove borders. What it will do is when it brings up your window, it'll be borderless. So you can't automatically drag it or make it bigger, which is really annoying because if you've got like 5 windows open and you drag one to be a bit bigger, you have to close them all down again, bring them all back up and get them all in exactly the same size again. It won't affect the clicking on the screens. It won't it will auto adjust. But if you're really OCD like I am, then just remove borders. It's much better. Okay, so is that everything I need to talk about? Yes, so save that and close. And now we can get onto the really fun bit. So at the bottom right, I'm just moving my window down here because I'm going to bring up my windows now. So you've got the run button down here. Click run all and see magic happen. So window number 1, remove the borders, put it into position as per the window layout that we had. Typing in my email, typing in my password. Now it'll select my sub account, which is further down on the list. Cool. Now I'm on my realm list. Now it'll open up my second window. Remove borders, put it into position, type in the email address, type in the password, click login, then it will select the sub account option. And it will do this for every single window until all of them are open and they're all showing the realm list, which is really cool. So the next thing to do, broadcasting. Now, what you can do is you can either log into your characters and get it all ready from here. Select your server, select your characters, and then just log in and start broadcasting. To start broadcasting, just click this arrow down here, and you can click keys or mouse. If you want to start both of them at the same time, just click the start button. And now, as you can see, my cursor is moving around on both screens. And if I click the characters option at the top, it will sort by characters and sort by population. And it's sending the mouse commands to each sorting option at the top. Now, this is the great challenge of multiboxing. So you want to try and make them exactly the same as possible, or as close to the same as possible, like on the where your mouse is, as per what UI you're on and what character you're on. It can be a bit of a challenge, which is where the macros and everything comes in handy. And then you've got this this input thing down here, which we'll talk about. So we can minimize the amount of changes that each screen has. We want to try and mirror them exactly. So here's a challenge for you. If I wanted to, as you can see, Noggenfogger is second option on my left one, but it's first option on my right. So how would I make sure they're both selected at the same time? Well, this is the art of multiboxing, trying to make sure things sync up together. So click realm name, and it will sort of alphabetical order. Now if I go down to Noggenfogger, it's in the right order. How cool is that? So double click. The other art of multiboxing. I've got my warrior, which is top option, and then I've got my priest, which is top option on my second account. I want to make sure that they're both on my multi-box groups. So I want my mage and my priest to be on the same. Which is really cool, because I'm holding down the left mouse button, right, and my undead character's spinning around. I don't even notice, but they look exactly the same, except for different haircut. I'm pretty sad like that. So I've got a mage and a priest that I'm leveling. And then just want to click enter world, and then we'll get logged in. So depending on your computer hardware, could take 10 seconds like I did there, or it could take 10 years. You might be running your games on a potato, and to be honest, if you're running it on a potato, why are you multiboxing? You don't need to have amazing settings. I've got my graphic settings on 3 at the minute, which is classic, which is how it was back in 2005. I probably could run it at 10, but it would be a bit laggy, so I just want to bring it down to earth, bring it down to number 3. Yeah, so that's basically how to set up your multiboxing. If you'll notice as well, I'm going to talk about this in part 2, but I'm pressing on the keys and stuff, and it's not moving my mouse. I'm moving individually based on the different accounts that I'm working on. So what I'll do is in the second video I'll talk about the add-ons I have, because you'll see I've got Zygor installed, which is really handy for leveling. But then I've also got some macros on my priest, as you can see down there. So if you look on my action bar, you might be hard to see, but I've got 2 macros set up, which are very basic ones. But they're only on my my second account, my slave account, and not on my main account. And I'll tell you why in the next video. And you'll also notice there's some gaps as well in the action bars. Again, I'll let you know in the next video. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you get set up with multiboxing. If you don't want to watch part 2, that's absolutely fine. Some people just like to learn it on their own. Now you've got the reins. Take out the horse, give it a whirl and see what you can come up with. But if you want your hand to be held, then watch part 2. I'd like to thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all the usual bullshit. I do have a Twitch stream. I haven't got that many viewers, but I'm hoping to amplify the amount of viewers that I get, because I love streaming, it's really fun, so I want to do more of that. I don't really have a schedule per se, but I'm stream mostly in most evenings GMT, so anything with 5 or 6 PM onwards I stream. So click the link below and follow that, please, that'd be really great. So I'm going to record part 2 now, but I won't upload it for a while. I want to do some edits and stuff like that, so thanks for watching. Watch part 2 when it's up, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.